Back in 2016, Faye suddenly started falling ill quite frequently.
From November to Christmas and December, we pretty literally spent every weekend in a hospital. After January, after New Year, our girl lost the functionality of her left arm. And that triggered one of the doctors an alert signal, and they took an X-ray of the brain. And then they sent the tumor to the lab, and 5 days later they brought us the news that the tumor was actually an aggressive type of brain tumor called ATRT, a very rare indication which doesn't occur that often at all in children, but when you're diagnosed with that malignancy, you know that you don't really have a lot of options.
Faye lived with her parents in Giel, in Belgium. She was treated with a combination of chemo and radiotherapy. Faye passed away some 6 months after the diagnosis. She was just 2 years old.
All of these therapies are technologies of, let's say, mid of the last century. The chemotherapy compounds, they were developed in the 60s of last century, and they're used today still to attack these tumors because there's no more precise therapeutic available in the clinical world today.
Faye is not an isolated case. Some 35,000 children are diagnosed with cancer every year in the EU. Incidence can almost amount to 18 cases of every 100,000 children and young adults. Further research, investments and regulatory efforts are thus imperative, claims a foundation advocating for more action against cancer in children. Delphine Henning is the founder and managing director of Kick Cancer, based in Brussels.
We need to cure certain types of cancer. Some patients, we know today when they're diagnosed, they will never cure for cancer, and yet they don't have access to new drugs, and there is no ongoing research to look for new drugs for those children. So we need new drugs to cure certain children with cancer. But then many children with cancer will survive and will be cured, but the treatments are very toxic in the short term, so the treatments are very long and very hard. It means that young people are taken out of the social life, school, and that's very hard at a stage in your life where you need to develop.
The European Commission's pharmaceutical reform wants paediatric studies finalised within 5 years, so products reach child patients quicker. The EC has also proposed that all new medicines that might be of interest for children are indeed screened for their use. Simplifying procedures, increasing transparency and enhancing networking between patients, families, academics and medicine developers should also help speed up the authorisation of medicines for children, the Commission claims.
Children are not small adults. Children need frequently totally different treatments and medicines. We have put children and young adults in the spotlight by providing different incentives, by rewarding innovation, in order to have more research and development.
Over the past year, maybe 2 years, I'm hearing a lot more positive indications that people are really looking for collaboration. Public institutions are also aware of their responsibility. And if you combine pharma with public and you create a structure where they can pool resources and can targetedly look at pediatrics, it should be possible. It's not sending a rocket to Mars either. This is something where you need hundreds of millions, but not hundreds of billions of euros. It's not outside of the realm of reality, I think, to expect that something is going to work in the next 5 to 10 years.